Hey VC, welcome to my channel. Tony here. Tony's LPs are us. Thanks a lot for stopping in. And thank you for all the subs. If you haven't subbed, please consider it. It really helps us out. And I hope you enjoy my segment today. This is an interesting one. It's been tougher and tougher to find, quality LPs out in the wild anymore. And by the wild, I mean, flea markets, thrift shops, yard sales. Plus, it's wintertime here in where I live up in Jersey, so there's really no yard sales. If you go to a thrift shop, you might score some great vinyl, but it's very hard. I got lucky about a month ago with a great jazz haul, but that's few and far in between. So, but there's also other ways to find vinyl in the wintertime or any time. That's by answering ads in either Facebook ads, Facebook Marketplace, online ads if your area has a local, like chat thread that's set up where people buy and sell, and even, paper ads such as the want ads or giveaway newspapers that people use to advertise to sell cars and sell furniture and things like that. But I rarely have any success with those. Usually I'm too late for Facebook, or it's too far for Facebook, and I'm not going to drive an hour and a half to take a shot at finding something when the records aren't listed, and it's basically pot luck. But in this case, I found something that was in one of the local giveaway papers, and it was kind of old. The ad was probably 3 weeks old. But the ad read, and I'm paraphrasing, records for sale, 136 records, $60 or 50 cents each. And the lady's name was Sue. It was a woman. It was an older woman, which I found out. Left her phone number. I called it, left a message, and she called me back, and she said, the records are still available. And this was about 2 or 3 weeks after the ad was published, so I was kind of surprised. And I asked her what they had, and she said Sinatra, Ray Conniff, Barbra Streisand, what else? Lawrence Welk. And I said, oh, and she goes, but I also have like rock's greatest hit stuff. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, with different songs on them. So I go, okay, I know I said, okay, well, what's your schedule? We got a date. She texted me the address, and it was really 5 minutes from me, 5 or 10 minutes. And I said, we could meet on a Saturday. And when I got there, she had 3 or 4 crates of records on her porch. Her husband was working on his car. She had a little porch, and an older woman, probably a little older than I am. So I said, what's the deal with the records? I goes, are these yours? She goes, no, they're my uncle's. He passed away. She kind of told me this over the phone as well. And I have his records and I'm trying to sell them. So, and I told her on the phone, I said, look, I can't promise you I'm going to buy any, but I'd like to look through them and maybe I'll find a couple. So when I got there, I saw something that caught my eye right away. And I saw the quality. Each record that I pulled was near mint, excellent to near mint. I couldn't see any visible, scratches or hairlines, and the jackets were kept well. And she told me her uncle had been in touch with or was in some type of record business where he got a lot of records for free, I guess. Now, there were no Beatles, no Stones or anything, but I did find 20 records or so, I believe, which was, I ended up paying her $10. It was 50 cents a record. I did not want to buy the whole lot for the better price of 60 for 100, almost 150 records. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff in there that I just skipped right through. So I'm just going to go over them with you. And on the record, they have prices that they must have been trying to sell these at a yard sale or a flea market, and there were no go at that price. But I'm just going to go over them. Most of them are compilations. There's a few. They're all cool records, and I'm happy to have them. So this is the first one, which is a great record. Atlantic compilation, Drifters Golden Hits. Really good condition. I'll show a few of these. You can see that's Atlantic and really nice shape. Most of them have their original inners. This was a cool one, The Best of the Loving Spoonful, and it's a gatefold. It's a single record. It's a gatefold. And initially I saw this, I thought it was a double record, but it comes with the original inner, but it comes with 4 suitable for framing in really heavy stock paper of the Loving Spoonful, similar to the black and white photos, I believe, or the photos in the White Album, the 4 photos. Maybe that's where they got the idea from. So that was cool because I think I have a copy of this record, but you do not get the suitable for framing. And here's the Karma Sutra inner and album. So that was really nice. So I saw that, and it says here it contains a large full color individual photos of John, Joe, Steve, and Zal, suitable for framing. So there's the rear. So that was a really good pickup, and for 50 cents, right? This is one that I thought was a cool one. This is a mono of Sincerely Nat Cole. And this is an original, of course, on Rainbow. And like I said, they're all in really good condition. Now, I passed up on these a few weeks ago at another thrift shop because I believe they were either $2 each, $1.99, and they were Connie Francis records, which I have some Connie Francis, but for 50 cents. And like I said, these are all in really immaculate condition, as you can see from the jackets. Here we have more, the greatest hits of Connie Francis. So you have that, and this is on the great MGM. And usually the MGM records, for the most part, sound pretty decent. There's the inner, and that's the record. Most of them have inners. I believe there were 1 or 2 that didn't have inners. This was a nice one in shrink. Connie Francis, More Italian Hits. A great photo of Connie Francis, Jersey Girl. Here's another Connie Francis, Malavemina. Malavemina, Connie's big hits from Italy, and she does a bunch of Italian songs. She speaks and sings beautiful Italian. And just as a footnote, Malavemina means bad girl, basically, paraphrase, bad girl. And I was in Staten Island a few years ago at a party, and in the parking lot there was a Maserati, and the license plate said Malavemina with the Vemina abbreviated. So stood away, didn't hang out by that car too long. But great shot. Here's another one in shrink, sings Italian favorites. I think I have this record anyway already, but for the price and for the immaculate quality, I couldn't pass it up. Here's another one that I already have, but I couldn't pass up. Partridge Family's Christmas. This is the original that had the actual card that attached to it. There's a little slot here, but there is no card. Whoa, wait a minute. No, there is a card. Did not know that. This is a surprise. Big, big score. This record goes for a lot of money when you have the individual card. I looked fast and didn't see it. I don't know if you know that, but the represses have this actually on the record as a part of the cardboard. So this is a really rare find. So that was pretty cool. I did not know that. Like I said, I didn't even have to clean these. I will clean them when I play them, but I didn't clean these yet. So a really nice treat. This one here is the reason I bought this, was because this has the poster in it. Full color autographed poster of Sean Cassidy. The great Sean Cassidy had a hit with Da Do Ron Ron. And there's that. The album is mint. I don't think the album's ever been played. Near mint. I don't call a lot mint. But the poster is pretty cool, and I have this record. I may have one of these sealed, but I have this record open and it does not have the poster. So for all you girls out there who have these hanging in their bedrooms, that's Sean Cassidy, great kid, great family, right? And the Partridge Family was there, so That was his brother. So we have that. This is a nice one that I picked up because these are always in demand. The Magic of Christmas with Nat Cole and Ella Fitzgerald. And this has on Nat Cole, The First Noel. Come All Ye Faithful, that's Ella. The First Noel, Ella. Then this has Joy to the World, O Holy Night. So it's more of a religious tilt on these songs. So it's they're two albums abbreviated and put together. But this was a really nice pickup. Now these are cool. This is on an original roulette. Volume 2, Original Winners. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Frankie Lyman. Altar of Love, The Chanels. Funny, Maxie Brown. Goodnight, Sweetheart, The Spaniels. Stay, Maurice Williams. Tears on My Pillow, Little Anthony. To the Isle, The Five Satins. Barbara Ann, The Regents. The Coasters. Has Zoom, The Cadillacs. Ten Commandments of Love, The Moonglows. All in My Mind, Maxie Brown. So this is a really nice compilation. And I love anything on Roulette. That's the one of the original Roulette labels. And once again, this record is in really decent, really perfect condition. Here's another one which I used to I collect a lot of these Roncos. Get It On, 20 original hits. This has Smoking in the Boys' Room, Stir It Up, Johnny Nash. I'm going to give you just a little bit more Love, Baby, Barry White. To Know You Is to Love You, B.B. King. Pointer Sisters are on here. The OJ's, Love Train. Me and Mrs. Jones, Billy Paul. Also Spock Zarathustra, wow, by Diodato. That's a great record. Cover of the Rolling Stone, just to give you a few examples. And there's the back if you want to read those. Sorry about the glare there. But really nice. Here's one I've never seen. This is a double. And these were all 50 cents. They're marked differently, but I got them all for 50 cents. And like I said, I spent $10, so I think I have 20. The Encyclopedia of 100 Rock and Roll Super Hits. And this is on TVP Records. This has Shirelles, Beach Boys, Mac Davis, Platters, Drifters, Staple Singers, Ronnie Millsap, OJ's, Kingsmen, Coasters. This also has Jimi Hendrix. So this is one of the rare ones where a Jimi Hendrix record was actually sold and put on this compilation. And I have to play this. I'm not familiar with the song. Miracle Worker, Jimi Hendrix. Probably very, very early Jimi Hendrix. The Great Twist and Shout by the Isley Brothers that the Beatles covered. She'd Rather Be With You, the Turtles. So really cool stuff. And it just has white inners. But I'll show you the label on one. And these are in, I don't think these were ever played. And you can see that. So I was pleasantly surprised. One was nice. You know, we talked, everything was outside. It wasn't too cold of a day. It got there in 10 minutes, basically. And I didn't expect to buy anything. I thought I'd buy a few Sinatra, but there were no Sinatra. There were Dean Martin that I left. And I kind of should have took the Dean Martin, but got plenty of Dean Martin, and I didn't want to buy, things that I'm really not going to play. Here's Original Oldies Volume 4 on Springboard, the great budget record company, Springboard. There's all their records in the back. This only has 10 tracks on it, so the quality might be pretty good on here. You have Iko, the Dixie Cups, which is great. The Beach Boys Surfing, which is nice to get the Beach Boys Surfing Safari, and Sir Douglas Quintet, which if you don't know about them, are a pretty cool band. I have a few of their records. That's The Rains Came. And you have the Harp Tones, the Blue Jays, some great things on this on Springboard. And let's see what this record looks like. That's a real dark blue Springboard record. Hendrix was on Springboard. They sold some of his records to Springboard. Here's another double. This is Superstar Super Hits. This has Neil Diamond, The Doors, Break On Through. So it's pretty rare to see a Doors album. So when I saw these, I went through them and I put them on the side, and she was probably happy I was buying quite a bit. But you've got to think there was 136 records or so, and I only found 20. So there was a lot of like I would say, donatable things to Goodwill that you usually see. But on here we have Tommy James and the Shondells, 90 Keith 98.6, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Ronnie and the Daytonas, Sam Cooke, Detroit Wheels, Sock It To Me Baby, Simon and Garfunkel, A Most Peculiar Man, Sonny Cher, Young Rascals. But the cool one on here is, Peaches and Herb, Close Your Eyes, but the doors break on through. So, and you also have records on the second album, you can see there. Nice artwork. Bobby Goldsboro, The Happenings, Neil Diamond, Spanky and Our Gang, Simon Says, 1910 Fruit Gum Company, Power of Love, The Sand Pebbles, Devil with the Blue Dress, Good Golly Miss Molly medley by Mitch Ryder. That's the famous medley that Bruce Springsteen made famous. This is a product of Columbia, and I think the person that she got these albums from, her late uncle, probably got a lot of these as promos. Yeah, these are really, or else I wouldn't have bought these, even if they were only 50 cents. No tax either. Circuit Breaker, this is a cool one. Circuit Breaker, basically all original hits and stars. Here you have The Babies, Leif Garrett, Right Down the Lane, Jerry Rafferty, Nigel Olsen, Dancing Shoes, Foreigners on here, Firefall, Rick James, A Little Lovin' Keeps the Doctors Away, The Rays, the Patti Smith Group, Because the Night. So when I saw that, I go, whoa, Patti, you don't see Patti on these type of compilations. So Because the Night, the great Patti Smith. Because the Night, Smith and Bruce Springsteen wrote that. Here we have another one, which I have already. I believe I have volume 7. This has Run Around Sue, Tequila, Bobby U.S. Bonds, The Chimes, Once in a While, I Know How You Love Me, the Paris Singers, not familiar with them, Bumble Boogie, Beat Bumble and the Stingers, Jerry Butler. And this is on the Original Sound label, Original Sound Records. So really, and these are all on really, like I said, they're immaculate. You can see by the jackets, the spines are all great. This is Volume 4, the original hits for a dance party. Peppermint Twist, Locomotion, Watusi, Jive 5, Do You Want to Dance, The Fly, Chubby Checkers, Chubby Checker, Heart Pastrami, and the Mashed Potatoes, 1 and 2. So we have this. And then to close out, we have a Hit Explosion by Ronco, another Ronco record. So this has a punch cut out, so it could have been a promo. Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music, White Boy, Barkays, Diana Ross, which is rare to see, Spinners, The Rubber Band Man, which is a great hit, Hoochie Coo, Ohio Players, Charlie Daniels, Wichita Jazz and Orleans, Dance With Me, Bay City Rollers, Barry Manilow, Barkays, England Dan and John Ford Coley, Nights Are Forever Without You, Firefall. So a really good selection. And just a reminder, if you see an ad and you think it might be old or it might not be worth calling, just give it a call. Like I said, the woman called me back. We spoke a little bit, and she was nice enough to let me come over to her house, which it's always suspect to have someone that calls you to come over, a woman, but her husband was home. She kept the records outside, which was cool because I went through these records and I would say no more than 10 minutes or less. And when I started to see what the quality was, as far as the quality of the albums intact and in the sleeves, I only probably looked at half of these. I just said, I knew that it was from a collection where they were well cared for, and that's why I basically didn't go through each one. Probably went through half or more. And I was happy to find the poster. And I was really pleasantly surprised now to find that Christmas card for the Partridge Family. Because originally when I looked in it, and I looked in it twice, I did not see that because it's been in there for 30 or 40 years or whatever. This record was produced. And that's a good one. That's actually, I believe, a Sterling, an SS in the dead wax, since I have that record. It's hard to find the record with that card in it. Also hard to find that poster in the Cassidy album. So, hope you like this little segment. And my point of this little video is to, you know, look in the papers, look in Facebook, call that number. You may be pleasantly surprised. It may be a dud 9 times out of 10. You're not going to get anything decent. But here I think I got a nice, really nice stack of decent records. So keep rocking. Thanks a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. It really helps us out. And let me know if you had any luck in answering ads in newspapers or ads on Facebook or chat room ads from local areas. So keep rocking. Thanks a lot. Stay safe and see you soon. Ciao.